Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie. Today I have a Diamond Art Club new release sneak peek to share with you. I don't think I honestly knew the artwork existed that had two of my very favorite things in it because you don't normally think of them as going together. This artwork has a dragon on a piano. Look, look, this is incredible. This is called the Dragon Virtuoso. It's by Nene Thomas. And yeah, this looks fantastic. This looks like it's a nice companion piece to Dragon Artists, which came out from this artist a year or two ago, and even looks like, yeah, roughly the same size point. So let's take a look at this kit and help you decide if it's going to be on your shopping list for the weekend. So 74.9 by 69.9 centimeters or 29.5 by 27.6 inches and square drills. We're going to get a maximum level of detail, and I will get you a better look at this artwork once we open this up. 67 colors, including 2 ABs and 3 fairy dust for a total of around 84,000 diamonds in this one. How to diamond paint. If you are new to the craft, check out the description box of this video for some how-to videos, including a 101 beginner style video to get you started. Kit contents, we're going to go through all of that together. I'm going to kind of approach this as though you are brand new to the company and don't know what they have to offer. So at the bottom of the box, they do put a sticker that tells you what kit this is. I find this helpful for how I store my diamond paintings, which is just in a giant stash mountain in my garage. So being able to just look at the bottom of the box and see what the kit is actually pretty helpful. Now, if you're brand new to DAC and thinking of making your very first purchase, I have a 20% off discount code you're welcome to use. It is just my name, Katie, Katie, and the number 20. That's an affiliate code, so I may make a small commission should you choose to use it. Thank you so much if you do. I really appreciate it. Okay, that's got to be a big bag of drills because that was really wanting to be a little bit stuck in there. Okay, let's take a look at toolkit and treasure quest card. So starting with the toolkit, I do think that Diamond Art Club has a pretty solid toolkit and one of the better just sort of default toolkits on the market. First, we have their twist and pick pen. It's more ergonomic and a little bit thicker than just a plain diamond painting pen. It also comes preloaded with their clear wax, and you just want to twist this. Honestly, it varies how much wax they put in there. But you twist and it will start coming out the end like you can see there. If you use up everything that they've already loaded in there, they give you a whole extra brick of it. So you can twist this back the opposite direction and load more of this wax in there. They give you a multi-placer on the end. They put in a 4-placer. They also give you a 7-placer you can swap in. This is removable. It also fits their metal multi-placers that they sell. Just make sure you're getting the ones that are push-in and not the screw-in threaded type. They give you some of their plastic pink heart wax. If you prefer using that, you can use this or the clear wax in both the single and multi-placer. And they also give you some extra bags. You could store some of your leftover diamonds in there. Now, my favorite of their toolkit upgrades has to be the tray. I like just how much bigger these are than a plain diamond painting tray. They're a pretty good size, and there goes the stopper. It's fine. I like to do a lot of multi-placing, so a big tray like this is a must, and the high walls help too. So you get a removable stopper along with a sliding lid. So if you really like kitting up into trays, you can do that really easily. They actually stack as well. There's cutouts at the top and bottom, and space enough on the end. You could use one of their sticker labels that tells you what the color and symbol are. Speaking of, sticker labels are in here as well as our treasure quest card. Let's see which one we've got today. Ooh, silver. Okay, treasure quest cards. Let's talk about it real quick. These are, for one, a really pretty collectible, and they're also part of a secondary rewards program. Now, Diamond Art Club has their main rewards program that is really generous. And then they added this one a couple years back, and how it works is that each of these cards has a different tier. This one is a silver card. By far the most common is a bronze card. If you've watched any of my other unboxings, you've seen that 95% of those cards are bronze. And there's also gold and black, and the black is the rarest. Once you get various combinations of these cards, you can redeem them for things like gift cards or a custom diamond painting. You scratch this off for a redemption code. I have a video that explains and walks through this process where I was getting a custom diamond painting with this rewards program. So I'll have that linked below if you're interested. And just one other really quick note is that even though I got a silver card with this kit, that doesn't mean that you will as well. It varies. It's random, even from kit to kit. So you're most likely going to get a bronze one with this kit, but there's also a possibility you could get a gold or black card instead. On the inside of this envelope, there's some helpful info. I just want to point out that they have a Facebook group that's handy as a resource, and they also have a mobile app you could check out. Now, here's a set of the sticker labels, as well as here's a better look at the original artwork. Look at how pretty that is. Like I said, what are the chances that we have a dragon and a piano in the same artwork? I remember distinctly when this was in voting, I think it was a year or two ago, and thinking, I cannot believe this artwork exists. How incredible would this be if it made it through voting? And it did, and I'm delighted. Now, this color palette looks like, yeah, a lot of golds and browns. In the right-hand column, the code, this is actually the DMC code for these numbers. It comes from the DMC brand of floss, like what they use in cross stitch. And most diamond painting companies use this color code system. Diamond Art Club puts their special drills at the end. So we have Z for fairy dust, AB for AB. And then I also just wanted to point out their 6000s range colors, which are not DMC codes. Those are actually colors that Diamond Art Club has created to fill gaps in the DMC color code system, which there are a couple of color families that are a bit lacking, like browns, purples, blues, among others. So since Diamond Art Club makes all their diamonds in-house, they're able to go ahead and just create colors where there are those gaps. And that just lets them match the original artwork that much more closely. Speaking of the artwork, I am so excited to see this. Okay, look at her. She's pretty too. I love a fantasy setting with a female character. Oh, this is pretty. Oh my gosh, this is really pretty. Okay, it's wanting to kind of stay rolled up a little bit. I'm gonna help it lay flat. If your canvas wants to stay rolled up, Diamond Art Club's canvases are totally fine to roll back the opposite direction. Also, I just wanted to point out that if you're seeing what looks like creases or folds in the canvas or glue, that's just aesthetics. It's where the plastic cover shifted while it was rolled around the diamonds. You can pull back the plastic cover halfway each direction, and that will get rid of those just in terms of looks, and then also help your canvas lay flat a little faster too. So I'll just do that really quick. I prefer to go halfway each direction as opposed to peeling it all the way off, because it's a huge pain to get back on neatly if you peel the whole thing off. So anyway, there's a look at this gorgeous canvas. I like the bubbles. My guess is we'll have some special drills in the bubbles. This is so pretty. And you know what? I'm looking at it in person. I thought it was going to like feel even bigger looking at it, but this looks manageable, you guys. I like it. I'm so excited. All right, let's talk about features of this canvas, especially if you are new to this company. So branding at the top. Canvas material itself, it is a nice weight. It's got, I've got a black cat, I've got fur everywhere. I like their canvases a lot. It's nice to diamond paint on. It lays flat well. It holds drills well. Like that's what I'm looking for in a canvas. It is also really soft on the back, which is nice. They use a pretty thick plastic cover. Let's see how the glue is. Okay. I am a fan of the stickiness of this glue. You guys know I've been kind of keeping an eye on the glue on their kits lately. Just based on things I've heard you guys saying. I had one kit a couple of weeks ago, incidentally, while I was traveling in Arizona, that the glue didn't feel quite as sticky, but like, yeah, this seems like normal to me. Anyway, they use poured glue. The plastic cover itself, by the way, has these perforated sections. They're about 4 by 4 inches or 10 by 10 centimeters. So if you like having just easy designated areas to pull back for the plastic cover to work on, you can make use of those. They put a legend at the top left as well as over at the bottom right. When we're talking about bigger canvases like this one, though, I'm generally going to recommend you make use of the sticker labels. That will save you a lot of time and headache, I feel like. Down here at the bottom left, we have the title, the size, and copyright. So what this means is that this piece is legally licensed, just like all of DAC's other pieces. So the artist, it looks like through Tate Licensing, it's a licensing agency that we see a few artists at DAC use. All above board still, but Diamond Art Club has their permission and is compensating the artist for the use of this artwork. So that's going to be the case with all of their kits. It's all legally licensed. Now we have socials, another discount code, and your kit comes with a lifetime warranty as long as you're the one that purchased it. And that includes things like if you were to run out of a drill color or run into any trouble with your kit, you can contact customer support and they can take it from there. This kit, this is looking about what I expected down in these areas, which is very confetti heavy. Confetti is where you have a lot of color changes in a small area. We've got a lot really going on in here. When there's a lot of confetti, you're usually doing more single placing as well as changing out the color in your tray more often. And the payoff, though, is that you tend to get a lot more detail, like dragon scales. This is like very typical dragon scale diamond painting form. Lots of confetti, even though it's not as many different colors, but it'll take a little bit longer, but it'll be worth it. There's our dragon's face. Ooh, look at that. Look, it's one red drill in its eye. Now, there is some color blocking towards the top of this kit. Mind you, well, where did I see it? Okay, a little bit over there. We'll get there and we'll talk about it. But this certainly looks like it is, generally speaking, a more confetti heavy kit. So even though I opened this up and went, oh, the size doesn't seem unmanageable, it's still going to take a while with all this confetti. Now, color blocking, here's some small examples of it. Color blocking is where you have blocks of the same color in a small area like you see there. So grab a multi-placer. That color will be in your tray for a little bit longer, and that'll go a little bit faster. There's little like kind of color blocking bits in the dragon's wings over here, but by and large, this is going to be a confetti heavy kit. Oh, there's patches of color blocking back here in the sky. But again, when we're talking about getting lots of detail, I will take all the confetti necessary because it is going to be so worth it. This piece, yet another kit I open up and I go, but should I start it right away? Because it's so incredible. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, we're at about 75 centimeters left to right, which we're listed as what, 74.9? And this way we're at almost 70 centimeters. We're listed as 69.9, so we are true to size. Now let's talk diamonds. We are looking at a very neutral color palette with lots of browns and golds. So let's see particularly what our special drills will be. I do put a sticker here, by the way, to tell you what kit these go with, just in case you store them separately. Oh, another little straggler pack. This happened in my last video too. There was like one sole little pack, but here's a better look at the colors. Now here's our little straggler pack. And let's take a peek. So these are going to have the DMC code printed on the bags. Sometimes the color will have multiple bags, like this 801. We've got 3 bags. These are not in DMC order. Rather, they're roughly in order of weight, or like the amount of diamonds in the bags. This can be handy depending on what kinds of storage containers you like to use. They're by size. This can save you a little bit of time. And these have Diamond Art Club square drills, which personally I feel like are some of the best on the market. They're really consistent in size and shape. I just completed, I thought a bunch of drills just fell off the table. Nope, just trailing off the side there. I recently completed a new release from DAC. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Here's our first special drill, Z976. Now, this is a fairy dust color. Fairy dust diamonds have what looks like someone brushed a fine glitter coating on the tops of these diamonds that gives them a pearlescent kind of effect. And they're just gonna subtly shimmer. They're not gonna be as in your face as ABs, which we'll look at in a minute, but they definitely are still gonna stand out a bit from regular diamonds and enhance it a bit. I wonder if that's gonna be in maybe the dragon scales. We'll see. We'll go through all of the special drills and then look at the canvas and see where they're gonna be at. Anyway, I just completed a new release from DAC. It was Fairy Workspace that came out last week or the week before. And those square drills, they just keep improving them, you guys. They're so nice to work with. And they've been updating how they do the facets on them. And now they're not like the pyramid style ones. They're more of a flat top, but they're more faceted than like the old flat top diamonds used to be, if that makes sense. Anyway, here's our next fairy dust color. It's kind of an ivory, Z951. Ivory or really pale pink. Sometimes my eyes just play tricks on me and I cannot tell, but But yes, DAC square drills, really consistent in terms of size and shape, and don't tend to have too much trash. Trash diamonds are drills that you can't place for whatever reason, whether they've got a little tab sticking off the side or are misshapen or something like that. And DACs just don't tend to have those problems. Here's our first AB. This is AB 3755. Now AB stands for Aurora Borealis. These ones get their name from the Northern Lights and have a very sparkly iridescent coating. It definitely stands out more than fairy dust diamonds do, and definitely more than regular diamonds do. So lots of sparkle on this one, but not a ton of it. So just a little bit. That blue AB, and then there's this light pink AB, AB 973. Super pale pink. So overall, this kit is just not going to be heavy on the special drills. I feel like that makes sense with the color palette, but I'll be interested to see where they go. Here's our last special drill. We have one last fairy dust color, Z581. Just a really pretty green. Oh, maybe in the plants or something? I'm going to take a look here in just a moment. But here's the end of the strand, you guys. The colors we have just a little bit of, including just a little bit of pink at the end, too. Okay, let me take a quick peek ahead of you and find where the special drills go. I'll be right back. Well, the good news is, since there's not a ton of special drills in this one and it's some distinct colors, it jumped out at me decently well. So let me point this out to you. We'll start towards the bottom. First, we have our pink AB, and that is going to be in the pink flowers over here. There's also a little bit of the green fairy dust in some of the light green areas of the leaves, and a little bit of the blue AB in these flowers too. So lots of special drills over here. There's also a sprinkling of that brown fairy dust. It is kind of next to the orange color over in like these flowers. Now in these bubbles, there's this blue color in here that has blue ABs, and then there's a line of the ivory fairy dust at the top of this bubble and the side of this bubble. The ivory fairy dust is not in every bubble outline, but it's in a lot of them. Okay, so this one and this one. Moving on over here, her dress actually has a lot of the ivory fairy dust. It's one of the lighter colors that's kind of going in lines throughout her dress, like in the folds of her dress. It kind of goes up here at her hip, as well as over here over her leg where she's sitting at the piano, a little bit on her front as well, and then on the underside of her arm. And then these flowers over here, there's a sprinkling of the light pink AB and some of these pink flowers, a little bit of the green fairy dust and some of the greenery, and some of the blue AB in these blue flowers here and up here. The column here has some of the brown AB, and this line of brown, I can't quite tell. Where's the original artwork? Is that? Oh, that's the harp. I was like, that's not her arm. No, there's a harp right here. So this is a harp. This is the base of the harp. There's some of the brown AB in there. And then let's start moving this up. Now, the brown fairy dust is largely in the dragon. So if you're looking at it through the camera, it's one of the lightest colors in the spikes of the dragon's tail. It continues with like this. It's the lightest color you're seeing in here on the underside of the dragon's wing and continuing on these spikes. Then in the dragon's arm, it's this orangish brown color all throughout. It's all through in here. I love that the dragon is helping hold up the sheet music. That's just precious to me. So in the claws, there's some of the brown fairy dust, as well as in the scales along its neck. On its face, there's quite a lot of the brown fairy dust as well. It's that orangish color, but the drill itself looked more light brown. It's also in some of these spikes up here, and the bubble itself is like transparent, and so you can see some of the brown fairy dust through there, and there's a bit of the ivory fairy dust on the underside of the bubble. The top of the dragon's wing, there's a whole outline. That lightest color on the outline is the ivory fairy dust. There's some blue AB in the center of that bubble, some ivory fairy dust on the undersides of these bubbles. And the candles in the candelabra, this orange color, that's going to be the light brown fairy dust all throughout those candles. This bubble, this side is ivory fairy dust. There's blue ABs in the center of this bubble. There's blue in the center of this bubble here. This bubble, blue AB, blue AB, blue AB, blue AB, and these bubbles have some blue ABs as well. The top of the harp over here has some of that brown fairy dust, and checking to see did they sneak any of the pink AB into any of these bubbles, and not that I'm seeing, but oh, this isn't a bubble. These are baubles hanging off the chandelier. Okay, so some of these baubles, not bubbles, similar, ivory fairy dust on the bottoms of some of these gems. And then there's some of the green fairy dust and this green gem and this green gem. There's like 3 each. This one has some of the blue AB. And why do I feel like I missed something? Maybe not. Maybe not. But that's kind of, yeah, that gives you a good idea for where those special drills are going to be. So that is a really in-depth look at the Dragon Virtuoso, this absolutely stunning kit. And I have to know if any of you also are similarly obsessed with piano and dragons, and what a magical mix of the two this brings to the table. I am delighted about this one. It's got to go in the rainy day stash for a bit so I can save and savor it. But to give you a quick recap, or I think I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but refresher on release times for DAC. So release time is going to be tomorrow, which is Saturday, March 14th at, do I have that right? Yes, 14th at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, if you are in the Diamond or Ruby tier of the rewards program, you get a half an hour early access window starting at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. And if you happen to be international, we did just have a time change last weekend, and I know some of you change like at the end of the month. So I would double and triple check if there are any must-haves for you. Like, check and see what the time zone converts to for you, because we did just have that change here in the States. But I'm wishing you all the best of luck if you're shopping for this one tomorrow morning. Let me know in the comments what your first impressions are. I think this looks fantastic. Even trying to put aside my own personal bias, this render looks incredible. And I think the special drill placement looks very nice. Like, it just suits the artwork really well too. So let me know what you think in the comments, you guys. Is this going to be on your shopping list for tomorrow, your wish list for someday, or one you're going to enjoy vicariously through others like me whenever I do decide to pull it from my rainy day stash to work on? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my diamond painting videos, including unboxings and reviews from a variety of different companies, tutorials and how-tos all related to diamond painting, and weekly whip and chats on Mondays if you want some company while you're crafting. I would love to have you here. Either way, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing very well. Happy crafting, happy shopping, and I will chat with you in the next one. Bye, guys.